event today. It's really uplifting to come here and to share the joy of our community. It's my pleasure to introduce the 2012 Tomorrow's Workforce keynote speaker, Mr. William Bill Stone. He is the founder and CEO of SS&C Technologies. He's a native of Evansville, 1973 Memorial High School graduate. He earned his bachelor in Business Administration from Marquette and was recently presented with Marquette's 2012 Entrepreneurial Award. Bill's an active member of the educational community. He honored his father, Norbert, with a gift to Memorial High School, which became the Tigers baseball field, known as Stone Field. His nephew, Patrick, enjoyed playing ball there his senior year at Memorial. In Connecticut, where he and his company are headquartered, Bill is very active in the UConn School of Business. In 2004, SS&C, together with the University of Connecticut, were proud to unveil the Financial Accelerator, a real-time, real-world laboratory where students are partnered with business professionals and work together to find solutions to challenges in the industries with real market data. The Financial Accelerator concept was developed by Bill and UConn School of Business Dean, Associate Dean Rich Dino. The project is aimed at becoming the standard of experimental learning with the experimental learning with the insurance and financial services sector for MBAs. Bill began his company, SS&C Technologies, in 1986 and has grown to be a leading global provider of software-enabled services and software for the global financial services industry through delivery of mission-critical processing and cloud-based services. Today, SS&C employs more than 1,100 people in locations in Europe, Asia, Australia, and throughout North America, and one of the most recent additions right here in Evansville. And when they announced the Evansville location, Bill said, quote, "We're here because we can get quality of personnel that matches the quality we can get out east." And I think that speaks so well of the city of Evansville. Please join me in welcoming home Mr. Bill Stone.
Looks like a big crowd to me. And I want you to know that I appreciate that from the mayor, and I appreciate that the bishop is here, and the presidents of the two schools, Brother Murphy and Mr. Dickel. So thank all of you. You know, I give a lot of speeches. I give a lot of speeches really around the world, and I've never been quite this nervous before. You know, I'm in my hometown. I'm lucky that I'm surrounded by my family. My wife Mary's here. My uncles Don and Roy are here. My Aunt Dee and Aunt Rita are here. I know you're my cousin, Rita, but you're still my aunt. You know, when you're in family, you got to get that right. You know, my brother Tom, my sister Karen, my nephew Patrick, and my in-laws, Diane and Dwight. So it's important to me. But, you know, it's not about me. It's about these kids. You know, and this is the creme de la creme, right? Top 30 kids, the two best high schools in Evansville. That means they're the top 30 kids in Evansville. So 4 years from now, everybody's going to want them. So SS&C is hiring. Get my car. What I really want to know is kids from 2009, if somebody can get me a list. Because here in Evansville, we're up to 50 people. We're going to do another blitz of recruiting in November. Hopefully we'll hire another 15 or so. And, you know, Mayor, I appreciate that what you were written was we had 1,100 people. We've moved on since then. We now have 4,200. So that's, what, 4 times or so? I'm not that good at math, but I'm not bad. So, you know, 4,200 people. We just acquired a couple of companies, one that was based in New York and in London, and they have 2,000 people in India. So what do you do when you buy a company that costs you $1 billion bankers out here, like I know Wayne Henning is here. You know what it's like for a kid from Evansville, Indiana, that went to Memorial High School to get some bank to give you $1 billion? I'm telling you, it's a great country. So what you do is that you make sure that those people that you just acquired are comfortable with what you do. And that means effort. So I got in an airplane, and I flew to Sydney. And I spent 3 days in Sydney. By the way, Sydney, when you're from Connecticut, just take the car to New York, that's about 3 hours. Get in a plane, fly to LA, that's about 6. Spend about 2 hours in LA airport, till about midnight. And fly to Sydney, which is 14 hours. So, it's glad. Right? Well, I bet you weren't coach. No, I wasn't coach. But it still wasn't glamorous. So I spent 3 days in Sydney, and I flew to Kuala Lumpur, where we have about 75 people. We have about 25 in Sydney. But I was really planning on going to Mumbai because we just got to 2,100 people in Mumbai, but I couldn't let my people in Sydney and in Kuala Lumpur think that the new people we have are more important than the people that came with me, that brought me here, that were able to have us be able to buy Global, right? Global could have bought us. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen because of those 75 people in Kuala Lumpur, those 25 people in Sydney, and those 1,100 people that the mayor talked about. So I went to Mumbai last. I spent 4 days in Mumbai. It was fascinating. I don't know how many people here have been to Mumbai, but from a Catholic kid from Evansville, Indiana, Mumbai opened your eyes, right? Because I stayed at the JW Marriott, which is about the nicest hotel, one of the nicest hotels I've ever been in. And I've been in some pretty nice hotels, actually. But you go from the JW Marriott to shack, another shack, another shack, another shack. I tell my drivers, wow, there's thousands of them. He goes, no, there's hundreds of thousands. Right? Then you see the Mercedes dealership. Then you see the Four Seasons. And then you see all these more shacks. And you stop at a stoplight. These little kids come up and knock on the door. And they want money. Sometimes it's these old people, right? 80, 85 years old knocking on your window. It's hard. You know, the drivers don't give them any money. They'll be 50 of them won't be able to move. So, you know, what do you do? You know, what most of our people at SSC have done now is they take candy. And they hand out candy. Well, that is, the kids like it. But the people that are manipulating those kids, they don't really like the candy so much. They want the money. But it's just different, right? You get to learn. And so I went to Mumbai, and I'm there for 4 days. I bet I shook 500 people's hands. And I got my picture taken 500 times. They had a photographer following me. It's unbelievable. I told the lady, Nandini Sankar, that runs that for me, and I said, Nandini, what's going on? She says, Bill, you won't believe this, but when you leave, everyone that you shook hands with, if they took that picture, it'll be up in their house in a prominent position. And I was thinking, wow, the walls of Mumbai are really not being enhanced. So you learn, you know, I went from Mumbai to London. I spent 3 days meeting customers in London. And then I went back to New York and then back to Connecticut. It took 2 weeks. And it was exhausting. But, you know, when you're going to be a leader, you do the hard thing. Not the easy thing. You're in charge. Right? You're not supposed to say, wow, this is hard. Send your assistant. I could have sent the president. I could have sent a senior vice president. I could have sent someone else. But they're not the leader. They're not the CEO. They're not the ones that told the shareholders that this acquisition would work. And people think when you're in finance and accounting, and you know, I did get a degree in business from Marquette with a major in accounting, and by some wonder of wonders, I passed the CPA exam. Let me assure you, that was some wonder of wonders. But the world's not a spreadsheet. The world's not a number. The world's a bunch of humans. Right? You got to get along. Right? Sometimes you have to compromise. But I would say, mostly you got to be right. Right? Right words. Facts work. Right? Details. Right? Not platitudes. Everybody can give platitudes. Can you hit those numbers? My job at SS&C is 4 things. Revenue growth, earnings, and earnings growth. Everything else is tactics. My workforce, what they get paid, how we recruit, where we open offices, how we build products, how we take care of customers, all those things come down to those 4 numbers. How come? Because we're a public company. We're owned by the shareholders. Right? That's who we're owned by, and that's who I work for. Now remember, I can't take care of those shareholders if I don't take care of those customers. And I can't take care of those customers if I don't take care of those employees. So what's that mean? SS&C practices what I call the virtuous cycle. We charge our customers enough money that we can pay our people and pay them well. And there's enough money left over for the shareholders. That works. Let me tell you about the vicious cycle, because I've been here too. That's when you don't charge customers enough. Then you don't pay your employees enough. Employees, not very happy. Call up customer service. Customer says, jam it. That's bad for customers. Right? Or the customer says, calls up and says, yeah, I'm a big customer, I'm from New York, I'm a MetLife. Really? Ain't that nice? How's Snoopy do? That's business, I'm telling you. Right? So you didn't charge your customers enough, which means you don't pay your employees enough. What's left for the shareholders? There's nothing. Right? That's vicious cycle. So you know, my hero, who I think is a real hero, is my father. You know, he died a couple years ago. He was 87. You know, there's something that he taught me a long time ago. And I heard Mitt Romney say it a week ago. And I'll show my colors. Yep, I'm right at Genghis Khan. To be honest, but to be honest, you know, what my father told me was, and taught me, when there's a problem, move at it. Don't move away from it. Move at it. You know, I was fortunate enough to play linebacker for Memorial for a while. Most of the time fortunate, except that time right speed was 50. You know, I never knew Wright's song until they played it 14 times. Christ. You know what it's like to be a 17-year-old that loves to win, and you're down 48-0 and go for 2? Pageant. We still don't like that. But really, I was fortunate enough to be a linebacker. I was fortunate enough for a lot of my life to have played for Quentin Merkel when I was 6th grade all the way through. And same thing. What he taught me was, when there's a problem, you move at it. You know, when somebody's really big running back, right, I was a 153-pound middle linebacker full of vim and vigor, but I still weighed 153 pounds. So this guy from Jasper was running around the end, and I thought I was going to crush him. And with every ounce of my might, I smashed that guy. I kind of got up and looked up, still running. So you know, as you go through life, and these kids go through life, remember these are the creme de la creme. They're the leaders, and they're to bring the others. And particularly the guys. Hey guys, it was 21-9, girls versus guys. Let's kind of step it up, huh? We can compete. The women aren't taking over the complete world. Almost. But, so, I do think that, what I would really like everybody to understand is that we live in a great country. I really did walk down my basement one day and I started a company. I didn't really have very much money. I think I had 20 grand. Right? That 20 grand, our market cap yesterday was $2 billion. I had one person, I had 4,200. Obviously, I didn't do it myself, but let me assure you, the government did not meet my payroll. My credit card met my payroll, right? Regulation is a good thing, right? There's nothing wrong with regulation. Too much, it's like too much of anything. Everything in moderation, except facts. And I tell every one of the kids here, know what you're talking about. People come into my office and they know what they're talking about, I can't go fast enough to help them. They come into my office, they're unprepared, they look down, they don't like any hard questions. That's not hero, that's a failure. Right? You're young, you're capable, but it's early innings. Right? Your life's a long time. I'm 57. Right? At one time, I was 17, just like you. I think the first Roosevelt was president. 40 years later, right? And I think Mike Blake said something about it being a proud moment to be up there. It is proud. I'm proud. I hope I make my family proud. I hope I make Evansville proud. I care. Right? I care. And I've been able to do some nice things, like the baseball field. Like some things I've been able to do in Connecticut. But what I want people to understand is that success is a good thing. No one thinks it's a good thing. Winning. It's great for your confidence. It's great for your life. It even makes your complexion better. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bill, for such an inspiring talk. I also want to thank Mary for coming with him, right? And also his Uncle Roy, who traveled from Connecticut with him. We sincerely appreciate you being with us today. Lauderdale and Memorial High Schools will continue to rise to the educational challenges facing our world. Special thanks to all of our speakers for being with us today, and congratulations to our Tomorrow's Workforce Leadership Award recipients. You are the future of our nation. Once again, thank you all for to all of our sponsors and supporters for what you've done for us today.
It has been a pleasure featuring our students and their accomplishments and their future plans. Modern day Memorial High Schools have proven results. Our outcomes are measurable, and they will help us prepare our students to enter the workforce as knowledgeable, capable, and lifelong learners. We know you agree that supporting our high schools is not only a good thing to do, it is also a wise investment in the future of our community.
On behalf of the students, faculty, and staff of Latter-day Memorial, the Tomorrow's Workforce Committee, and the Board of Trustees of